Today on FSI, we are going to be breaking down the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs from a betting perspective. Now, we're currently 33-13 in our official moves on Twitter, so make sure you're following that account. I'm your host, Tom Cross, and to my right is our analytics expert, Stephen Fu.
Thanks for tuning in this week. The Browns are on the road as a 10-point underdog. They're plus 400 on the money line, and the Chiefs, they're minus 500.
The Cleveland Browns, they must have rubbed on a genie's lamp, cut off a rabbit's foot. I don't know how, but they got super lucky against the Steelers. It is amazing that you would not go for it on 4th and 1 against a scrub defense like the Browns. But that's the Steelers. They lost the game. Now we're on to the Kansas City Chiefs. The spread at minus 10, I feel like, is a little bit disrespectful to the Kansas City Chiefs because I hear that Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams are going to be out for the Browns. They have a horrible pass defense that just gave up 600 yards to the ancient bum Ben Roethlisberger. So I feel like the public is actually going to be amazingly on the Browns here. I don't know why, but people have Browns fever, and the Sharps, they're going to be on the Chiefs.
The sportsbook is not giving the Browns any respect in this game. They made them a 10-point underdog. They are, however, playing the Super Bowl favorites, Kansas City Chiefs. They have the best offense this year. They have the runner-up to this season's MVP.
Quarterback Patrick Mahomes has ups and downs this season, but really it has been his offensive line. If his offensive line had been in full strength, I feel like he probably would have won the MVP and they would have gone 16-0. But at the end of the day, that didn't happen. So when we go ahead and we look at this matchup against the Browns, they allowed 600 yards, obviously, to Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they do have talented wide receivers. So I expect Patrick Mahomes to at least throw over 400 yards in this matchup. He's going to be able to take advantage of these guys. So definitely Patrick Mahomes, A+ on this season. He limited his turnovers, and that's always very big for me. I like Patrick Mahomes.
Baker Mayfield has made major improvements since his first 2 seasons. He is performing at the league average with the 7.3 yards per pass. But I think his run offense really opens up the field for him to find open receiving targets.
Injuries. That has been the season for the offensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. Mitchell Schwartz, is he going to play or not? Because he's one of the best right tackles in the league when he does play. But they have been saving him here for the playoff matchup. Lucky for them, they're going to be playing a scrub pass rush of the Cleveland Browns. They have one player, obviously Myles Garrett, you have to double team, who is dangerous in certain spots. But other than that, they have no one on the defensive line. I expect Patrick Mahomes to have plenty of time in the pocket.
The offensive line of the Browns has done a really good job this year. They only allowed 26 sacks and 500 pass attempts. And in their first playoff games against the Steelers, which by the way is the #1 ranked pass rush, they allowed no sacks. And the Chiefs, they don't have a good pass rush. They are ranked 19th this year, so I think the Browns will make plenty of time for Baker to pass.
The Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers caught a break here. They got a week off, so they should be fully healthy and ready to go. Obviously, they're one of the strongest, fastest, deepest wide receiver corps in the game, so they had no problem with this scrub Brown secondary. I expect Tyreek Hill to go off for 2 touchdowns. Any one of the receivers can catch one too. Advantage, obviously, here for the Chiefs.
The Browns don't rely on passing to move the ball, but they still have dangerous weapons on the outside. Now, Odell was the #1 option before he got injured, but Jarvis Landry has done a great job of solidifying the #1 spot for them. Now, the Kansas City pass defense isn't that good, so you could see some potential for some big plays here.
The Kansas City Chiefs running game should be in full strength here. Clyde Edwards-Helaire should be back from injury. If he's not, obviously Le'Veon Bell is going to take the load of the carries. Now, they are going to be playing against, obviously, a Browns unit that is not that good against the run. And with the wide receivers that the Kansas City Chiefs possess, they will most likely play deep and leave the run game wide open. Now, I expect, obviously, Le'Veon Bell to have success. As to why the Steelers did not go for it on 4th and 1 when they had all the momentum in the world against a scrub team like the Browns, I will never know. In fact, please, just fire Mike Tomlin already. This guy has to be the biggest idiot in sports. Now, obviously, advantage here for the Chiefs. They're going to be able to run, pass, and do whatever they want in this game.
The Cleveland offense is going to get their points from rushing the ball. They have two great options, totaling over 2,000 yards between Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. And up against a subpar run defense, I expect them to crush KC on the ground.
I like the Kansas City Chiefs in this matchup. And the reason why is that the offensive line of the Browns, who is actually their best unit on offense, is a little bit beat up. And you got to have an offensive line whether you're going to run or whether you're going to pass. Now, one thing the Kansas City Chiefs do is they pressure really well. And one thing Baker Mayfield does is commit turnovers. In fact, against the Steelers when they were down 12, they did run, and threw an out route that should have been intercepted. Baker Mayfield is a choke artist, and he'll definitely choke in this game.
The Chiefs' offense is one of the best in the league. However, their defense has gotten a lot weaker since their Super Bowl year. And I do think the Browns are getting overlooked because they have a great running offense. And I think that gives them the best probability to cover their spread.
Now remember, we can't predict injuries, the weather, COVID, or PEDs, so make sure you follow our Twitter for our official moves. We're currently 33-13 through there. Now that does it for us. Do me a favor and smash the like button and subscribe. Tell us who you'll be taking in the comments below.
We don't care about favorite teams here. Our focus is on making you money. Follow our social media on Twitter, Instagram, or our webpage. The links are below.